Hi, this is DJ T, and you're watching peoplesbeats.tv. I stayed in Berlin because when I came back from the US in March, I had a long time behind me, like 2 years, just living out of a suitcase, just touring the world, just producing my album, and I decided to stay the whole summer in Berlin and just doing my gigs during the weekend, you know. And I'm really happy to reconnect with my city and to party in my city and to go out and see my friends. And in the end of the year I will go overseas again, but now I stay in Berlin. I mean, I was a DJ long before electronic music started. I was starting DJing when there was R&B and hip hop and soul and funk in the middle of the 80s, and later in '88 I was based in Frankfurt, and there was some really famous clubs for Germany but also for Europe. One was called Dorian Gray, that was located at the Frankfurt airport. One was opened by Sven Feth, it was called The Omen. And then the Acid House came from London. And that was my time when I changed from broken beats to straight beats, to electronic music and to house music. You know, at this time there was no specialized magazines for dance music. There was just one in Germany existing, and it was covering every sort of music you can dance to. All sorts of black music, disco, house music, and I wanted to make something more specialized, but at the same time, in the beginning it was focusing on Frankfurt and the area around Frankfurt. Later it became, the distribution was country, whole Germany, and also Holland and Switzerland and Austria, so it was becoming much bigger over the years. It was the idea of the other 5 guys. We were 6 partners in the beginning, and I was the last one coming to this group of people. Like, the Mandy guys were friends before, but they had the idea for the label with the Bookershed guys. They had the name already, and then they were asking me, hey, could you imagine to maybe fill a gap in this chemistry of people? And I was like, yeah, sure, I'm with you. And then we started in the beginning of 2002. Before I started producing this album, I just knew one thing. I felt the challenge to produce songs for the first time. Before that I was only doing like functional club tracks, and then I felt the challenge to work with proper singers and produce song and proper song arrangement. So that was my goal for that album. And then I was very lucky when the singles were coming out that I was choosing all these really famous remixes, and they were delivering really good remix works. So I didn't expect that success for the singles and for the remixes. That was really lucky, you know. That was the idea, to revive a format that has died. The genre compilation, like to release a compilation that's covering a whole style, a whole genre, to show the people where disco music is coming from, like to include tracks from the early beginning, but also new tracks, you know. So it was really a matter of heart, because I'm a disco lover since the beginning, since the late 70s. So yeah, I just wanted to give an overview about the whole genre, like about all styles in disco, and it was very successful. And now I did the same with Jacking House. My toughest task was actually doing that magazine, because producing a magazine over so many years is really a tough thing. And leading a big company, having so many people working for me, having this big responsibility, that was my toughest task. A lot of edits. And set them, like, I want to create my own homepage blog, produce a lot of edits, give them to the people. And I want to do another part of the Jacking House compilation. Will be out in the end of October, and I want to continue with these theme compilations. And I don't know if I want to do another album. I don't know that. I don't think that I want to do another album. But I want to release some more 12 inches on Get Physical next year for sure. Doing a lot of remixes. Yeah. I really enjoyed it, and I really felt a good connection to the people. And I think for the Tunisian people, it's this kind of music and this kind of parties is more like, it's much more than just dancing. It's a soundtrack of freedom. So I know when I play here that it means that to the people, you know, and that gives me a good feeling too.